What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, but the last video we did on Friday was a Las Vegas expansion rebuild, and I had a ton of fun doing an expansion rebuild, so we're back here doing another one. But this time we're doing a team that more than likely won't ever happen, as we're bringing a team to Anchorage, Alaska. Let's go ahead, jump in, and do this Alaska Blizzard rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, and YouTube tells me about 65% of the people that watch, 67% of the people, or something like that, that watch these videos aren't subscribed. So if you do fall into that, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated as we're on the road to 50,000 subs. But as you can see, the top right-hand corner, we are the Anchorage Blizzard. So I went ahead and submitted the draft already, and this is what we have. So Malik Beasley, Jeremy Grant, TJ McConnell, Max Christie, Justin Champagny, Yabusele, Bassi, Makovic, Ben Simmons, Ryan Dunn, Okoro, Diabate, and Guy Santos to start things off. So some similar players we had to last time, obviously, but not as many. There's some different ones. I don't think we had Max Christie last time. I'm quite surprised that Dallas didn't protect him. I must have forgot to protect him because I actually did it myself, so I don't know why I'm blaming it on Dallas. But here's your rotation for year number one. So obviously we don't have anything going for us right now. We're probably going to be a bad team. But you know, the last time we did one, we did a Vegas one. We got lucky in the lottery and got Cooper Flag. Might do something different today. I might even stop the deadline and be aggressive, but these jerseys are pretty dope, not gonna lie. Obviously I just downloaded this off the creator thing, which is really cool, but these jerseys are dope. I actually mess with them a lot. So I'll see you guys either at the deadline to make an aggressive trader right away, as whoa, what the hell is going on? But I'll either see you at the deadline to make an aggressive trade, or I'll see you guys in the offseason where we'll have a good pick. But looks like we might be a friggin' playoff team at this rate, but we'll see. So we're actually started the trade deadline as we're 21-31 on the season. The easy thing to do right now would just be tank the season away and draft. But I kind of want to do something different compared to what we did on Friday. So first and foremost, I think the first thing we need to knock out is we need to trade Jeremy Grant. He's actually having a really good season right now, averaging 20 points. So I want someone to fall for this fool's gold, if I can say the term correctly, and trade for him, because obviously this contract sucks. And while he's having a good season, let's try to get rid of him. So that's my game plan right now. So we're going to start with that. I'm hoping to get some kind of draft equity for him. That way we can use draft equity to make another trade here in just a second, which I'll show you what we're potentially looking at. But let's start with Grant, hopefully being traded away somewhere. I don't even care where. I just want draft compensation. That's all I'm asking for. And here we go. So Paul George, Kuzma, Zach Collins in a second, Clint Capella in a second. Not the draft compensation I'm looking for so far. We got a live protected pick and Jonathan Isaac's contract, which actually is probably the best trade we've gotten so far. Tobias Harris, which is a 2-year deal, and a first-round pick from the Rockets. Yeah, so but by far and away the best trade we were offered was definitely the Isaac one. Pretty sure his contract is, well, 25 and it drops down to 15 million. But it seems like the Magic always find a way to get rid of him, so I'm not really sure if his contract is guaranteed or not. I can't remember. But regardless, we get a live protected 2027 pick that has 1.5-star values in it, or we could go for this one with Steven Adams, where obviously Houston just gets a good player. We get a 2029 first. So maybe we don't deal with the Jeremy Grant, or sorry, the Jonathan Isaac problem, and let's just do this one instead. So we're not getting as good as a pick, but I'm still more than okay with trading Jeremy Grant away and get rid of that contract right now. And then the next step is I wanted to find the face of the franchise right off the bat. So we usually don't do this. We just tank the season away. But there's a couple of interesting options here. So like even Tyler Hero caught my attention, only 25 years old, kind of a stud in the simulation. LaMelo Ball is also fun to think about. But obviously the two ones that, you know, really caught my attention was getting like Cade Cunningham off the Pistons or going for Halliburton off the Pacers. Like either one sounds pretty damn fun, and honestly I'm fine with, you know, even Houston. I don't even know why they're trading for Jeremy Grant, but it's not my problem anymore. And then even Devin Booker is a thing, but I think I'd rather go for somebody younger. So I'm gonna see if the Pacers would give me Halliburton. I haven't traded for Halliburton in quite some time. It's been a while, making $42.82 million right now. Obviously it doesn't really make a ton of sense for the Pacers to trade him. But we don't have to be like totally realistic in this one today. So Ben Simmons and Halliburton. I'll give you my actually, let's try to keep our 2025 pick out of this. That'd be the best case scenario, but we may not be able to do that. So we'll see if we can get lucky enough to do that. Now, we have Devin Carter, who has some trade value. and I'll trade my 2028 first. But if we can find a way to keep our 2025, that'd be fantastic. So Simmons' contract, Devin Carter, and 3 firsts for Halliburton, one of them from the Grant trade. And that was easier than it should have been. But just like that, we now have Halliburton. Maybe the Pacers are concerned with his back or something. I don't know. But we have our point guard of the future, obviously, here with Halliburton. And we're actually 9 games under 500, or 10 games under 500 right now. But we should get a good draft pick. I'm gonna actually leave Halliburton's shot tendencies the way it is for now. But obviously, potentially in the offseason, we might change it. So TJ McConnell. We still have Max Chris, Malik Beasley, Okoro. So actually getting Ryan Dunn is low-key kind of nice too. So there's actually some damn good players on this roster. But I love the Halliburton edition right off rip. We'll see how it goes. I'm still hoping to be a bad team because even if we made the playoffs, I don't think we're winning a championship this year. The ideal scenario is we tank the roster or tank it away and we have Halliburton and then whatever star we can draft, or assuming we can draft a star, obviously. That's not guaranteed. But we'll see how the end of year 1 ends. But man, am I excited about our first edition. So Steph wins MVP, Sar is your Rookie of the Year, Fox is your 6-man Wemby Defensive Player, and Scottie Pippen is your most improved. By the way, we also added the Vancouver Kodiaks to the expansion league, by the way. So let me know if you guys are enamored with a Vancouver Kodiaks rebuild. That sounds kind of interesting. But we did not make the playoffs, which was totally fine in my opinion. I wanted to be bad to where we had the ability to have a good pick and we could do whatever we feel like it with it. So let's see who goes on to win it all, though, as we're going to have OKC, Minnesota, Dallas, Golden State, Minnesota, and the Knicks, which is kind of the usual thing that happens, and the Timberwolves go on to win it all. So we got LeBron James trying to retire. I'm going to override that once. We'll let the rest of these guys retire, and fingers crossed we get lucky and get a top 3 pick. I don't think I'll draft Cooper Flag in this one regardless, but I doubt we get that lucky anyway. So projected 7th best odds, so let's see how it goes, and we end up with 8. So Rockets have 1. So after the Jeremy Grant trade, they're going to be guaranteed Flag, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper, but we get to pick at number 8, which doesn't sound too bad. So we'll definitely fire head coach now and see if we have anybody we can go for. It's like Will Hardy or Nick Nurse, which I doubt either one of them accept. I had a really hard time getting a head coach in the last video. So let's see. So Will Hardy might. No, he says no. Never mind. So why don't we have a bigger budget? Vanderpool. Let's give Actually, no, let's not do that. So let's give CJ Williamson a 2-year deal, I guess. He's got good badges or whatever. So yeah, Will Hardy says no. So welcome to Alaska, CJ Williamson. All right, let's go to draft night and let's see what we can do here. So on draft night, 8th overall pick. Here are all the salaries we still have remaining. So it's not too bad, which is good because we kind of want to have a clean cap sheet as much as possible. McConnell backing up Halliburton again. Obviously, those two are very familiar with each other. They're teammates in real life right now. But number 1 is going to be Ace Bailey to Houston. Number 2 is going to be Washington taking Cooper Flag. Harper to the Jazz. You got Caspers to the Nets. You got Noah to the Kodiaks. You got Liam to the Hornets, and then Trey Johnson to the Miami Heat. So we get to pick at 8, and we have VJ. Oh, wow. I just realized VJ Edgecombe fell to us, and obviously, yeah, we're not going to pass on that opportunity. So welcome to Anchorage, Alaska, VJ Edgecombe. Very happy to have you. And then we have an early second as well. Not a bad start to this rebuild by any means. Halliburton and VJ Edgecombe, yeah, I can get behind that. That's probably our backcourt going forward. So Booker also signed, which honestly, that was probably a bad pick, but whatever, I'll sign him anyway. So Guy Santos, 23 years old. I'll sign him just in case. And then qualifying offers, Yabusele. Probably won't bring him back. Free agency, we have Charles as a free agent. Do we have money? Yes, we do. We have a little bit. Okay, so let's see what our roster's looking like now. So Halliburton, McConnell, Okoro, VJ Edgecombe. So obviously Christie I like, but I don't know how much. I know obviously he's been good in Dallas or whatever, but we might have to figure out what to do with him, whether we trade him whether we start him or have him come off the bench. But I think in this scenario with Edgecombe being added, he probably has to come off the bench. So Ryan Dunn and Okoro at the 3 actually doesn't sound too bad to me at all. So let's move Okoro there right now. Or we could even move Christie there instead. Do we want to move Christie there? Actually kind of like the idea of that. So Max Christie maybe can go down there. He'll go up to an 81. So let's get behind Max Christie as small forward. So we'll have Okoro be the backup 2 then. So Ryan Dunn, Max Christie. I actually rock with that. I actually like this rotation a lot right here. Don't know how much these two will develop, so that might eventually have to be replaced. But for now, I don't think it's bad at all to have these two as our rotation there. Champagne as a backup 4 doesn't sound bad. I don't know about Guy Santos. And obviously, our center position isn't great. These are the 2 centers I had in the last expansion rebuild, so I really don't want to keep both of them. Again, So our money should be going towards the center. So we have the ability to go for like Jackson Hayes, Sharp, but obviously none of these guys sound too intriguing. You have Nas Reed as an option, but not really feeling any of these options right now. So I think the one thing we might do is we give Daron Sharp a, well, we have more money than that actually. Do we make another aggressive trade approach? I don't know. Let's see if there's a center that might be worth trying to trade for that we could get right now to add to this team. I mean, they don't have to. I mean, actually, I don't even know why I put a max salary, but I did anyway. So, Jarrett Allen, Kessler, Jalen Duren, Okongwu, Mark Williams, Gafford, Lively, Jakob Poeltl. Okay. Sar, Zach Edey, Claxton. You have Khalil Ware here, Claxton. Okay. So, Mitchell Robinson, Filipowski, Jalen Williams, Carter, Missy, Klingon. Okay. Not really sure I'm enthused by any of these options so far, but the most interesting one I kind of like the idea of is seeing if we can't bring in maybe Khalil Ware. I don't think I've ever really had Khalil Ware be a starter for me before, but I want to see how I can maybe make it happen for a couple of years to see if it would work out at all. So we're going to start by throwing them, I guess it would be Makovic and also Diabate. Like, I don't know if these two would really make something happen, but we're kind of being aggressive. Instead, last video, we were very, preservative of what we did, or conservative rather. This time I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive here. So 4 seconds, I think we threw it first in here. This trade gets done, which I'm going to do. Let's trade. Oh, whoops. I need to turn off Stepien roll. Screw the Stepien roll because 2K doesn't let you reach out to all the picks that you actually have. So let me turn that off really quickly and let me make that offer again. But it sounded like the Heat were about to accept it. So Khalil Ware for Diabate. And, Booker can go in here too. I don't mind that. Makovic, not gonna. Oh, okay. Hold on. Does Booker make the difference in this trade? No first involved potentially? And they agree. Just like that. We got Khalil Ware for Diabate, Booker, 3 seconds, and Carlo Makovic. So Khalil Ware is now an Anchorage, Alaska Blizzard. So welcome to the Blizzard, which is fun. And now I just want to sign a backup 5, and we should be good. So I'm not going to spend anything crazy here. Malik Beasley, I'm going to let the rest of these guys go. I'm not bringing back Yabusele either, so we're going to renounce all of these guys. I know Beasley could be a nice addition, but I would letting him go. Sandro could be our backup 5, but I think Daron Sharp sounds like a decent backup 2, or sorry, backup 5 if the Nets don't match it, which they do not. So boom, that's our offseason. Feeling pretty good. So Edgecombe and Halliburton as our backcourt going forward. Sounds like a lot of fun. Khalil Ware. Never had him start for me in a video, so this should be fun to see what he can do. McConnell is already regressing, which sucks, but it is what it is in that department. Let's go take a look at the rotation for year number 2. This should be a fun team. I don't know if we'll make the playoffs, but we should at least be maybe a play-in team with Halliburton leading the way, but we'll see. So Power Ranking has us 23rd overall, and here is your proficiency. So we could be I guess we'll leave it at grit and grind for now. So here is your starting 5, which I really like it, by the way. It's well-rounded. Well, the only thing I don't like is Edgecombe needs to start. So Okoro, appreciate you and all, but Edgecombe is going to start. So let's put Okoro to a, obviously forced non-starter. Bro, I love these jerseys, by the way. So whoever made these jerseys, you are a stud because these jerseys are cool. So I continue to rock with them. But Edgecombe will start now. So it'll be Halliburton, Edgecombe, done. And then Okiki starting for some reason, which doesn't make any sense to me. Wait, did we even sign another power forward? McConnell's not even getting minutes right now. We didn't even bring in another 4. I just realized. Okay, so we'll move Okiki out of the rotation entirely and give those minutes to Champagne, I guess. Okay, so this is a problem. All right, so let's do this. Let's move Okiki also to. I think it's our proficiency that's doing this, but I really have no interest in Okiki getting the start here. So let's move him to non-starter as well. That should be fixed there. And now for the rotation, this should be. Oh, wait, did that not work? Is he still? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Halliburton, Edgecombe, done. Champagne, Khalil Ware. I like that. That looks good. And then here's your bench. TJ McConnell is getting the minutes there. So the one thing I also want to look at now that that's all fixed is shot tendencies. So let's move Halliburton's up to a 90. And then I want Edgecombe's to be really high as well as a rookie. So let's do like 86, 80, something like that. And I'm also going to move Khalil Ware's shot tendency up to see what he can become. So let's go something along the lines of this. And we'll see what these 3 can do as the big 3. So we'll see if they make the playoffs or not. I have a feeling it could work out, but so far, not a great start by any means. But we'll have to see if it turns around at all. There's still an opportunity for us to go on a run, but not going great so far. So we might be giving a good pick to someone, unless if the simulation turns around eventually, which is not totally out of the realm of possibility, but hopefully it happens. But we'll see. So at the end of year number 2, things don't go well, but I would assume it wins most improved Vancouver, which is very interesting. But yeah, we were better, but we weren't good enough still. So I have a feeling I know why that is, but Halliburton with 27 and 9, which is great. Here's your All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So we have no playoff appearance here, but here are your player stats. So one thing oh, whoops, that's G League. We don't need that. One thing I did like, though, is Khalil Ware was pretty good in the role we gave him. 18 and 9. My feeling that this team wasn't good is because Edgecombe was probably inefficient as a rookie. So yeah, 40% from the field, which isn't great necessarily, and then 27% from 3. But I think with next year that will probably improve if I had to guess. 10 and 9 and a block from Sharp off the bench, 9 from Okoro, 9 from Max Christie, 8 from Champagny. So not bad. I do think we probably need a different power forward, obviously, which we'll be looking to, improve in free agency. But Dallas and Atlanta as your finals, and Trae Young wins the finals MVP. So shout out to Trae Young. Here are retirements. So Brook Lopez is done, Clay is done, and so is LeBron. So let's go to the lottery, and we'll be given a pick somewhere else. So our pick via Anchorage goes to Indiana at 13. Okay. And then staff signing. Again, I would prefer an actual head coach, but I've noticed it's been really hard to, make that happen. So don't know if I'm going to be able to get one, unfortunately, but let's try anyway. So Doc Rivers. I mean, can we even get Doc Rivers maybe? Even though I don't want him, honestly. Billy Donovan's real. I'll give Billy Donovan an offer, I guess. At least we get a real coach. Is JJ Redick here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So Billy Donovan is a sad plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. And then what about Kenny Atkinson? Let's try to... So Billy Donovan will accept. What about Kenny Atkinson? Well, I guess we're not going to be able to find out. Billy Donovan, sure. Well, at least we get a real head coach. So Billy Donovan's our head coach now in Alaska. So welcome, Billy Donovan. And we don't have a draft pick anymore, obviously, from the trade we made for Halliburton. So Khalil Ware, Ryan Dunn, which obviously will accept both of those. And then Guy Santos, a free agent. Probably won't worry about him as much because I'd prefer to bring in an actual power forward. We have Guy Santos as our only free agent. But yeah, I'm in the market to signing an actual power forward who would fit well. So Tari Eason, I believe I signed him in the Vegas video, so probably won't sign him again, unfortunately. So we have Paulo Banchero, Kevin Durant, Jaren Jackson, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., who's restricted. But Jabari actually sounds like kind of an appealing option to put next to Khalil Ware. I'm going to throw Jabari an offer sheet since we got Tari last time, even though I prefer to get Tari right now. Jaren Jackson actually is kind of intriguing too, but we may not have enough money for him, which we don't. So unless we obviously dump somebody, but McConnell would be the obvious one to dump, but it'd probably be, let's see what his contract's looking like. So he's got 3 years left. I was probably going to have to just rock with him again, but Jabari doesn't sound bad. If we can get Jabari Smith, I'll take that. So Guy Santos, we're going to decline. Jabari is not going to be matched. Should we give him a big deal, which does suck? Actually, I don't know. Do we even give him this much money? It's not even letting me change it, so never mind. Yeah, no matter what, I guess I can't deselect agree. I don't know why it's literally not letting me, so we're stuck with getting Jabari, which I guess, as I punch the mic, sorry, with the damn controller, but it's fine. Jabari is still a good addition nonetheless. His overall will help out the roster. So yeah, I think that's probably our only addition. I have to hope that progression is the only other thing that carries this year. McConnell will regress, obviously, so it may not be a bad idea to sign a point guard if we can. So we have Morris Conley, Ryan Rollins. We also have Marcus Smart. I guess give me Jared Butler in a one-year deal if we can get him. We'll rock with that, and he will sign. So he'll probably be better than McConnell next year, overall-wise. So here's your progression. So Edge comes right up to an 84, which is great. Dunn's up to an 81. Christie, 82. Sharp, and then Champagny, Okoro all up. McConnell, as I expected, is down. Butler also went down. So we probably won't have a backup point guard playing very many minutes, but my guess is that this team will be better. I think Edgecombe will be a more efficient scorer, and Jabari obviously gives us more stability at the power forward spot as a floor spacer. So fingers crossed that Jabari can at least shoot 40% from 3. Like, that'd be the most ideal situation we can get out of him. Really wish 2K never moved training camps, man. That was such an underrated thing you could do. But man, that feels so far away now that I barely remember how that even worked. I just remember you could send anyone to training camps and improve a single thing. And it really sucks that's gone now. I know there's probably other ways, but that was the most simple way to do things. 3.5 balance is your proficiency. So does that change anywhere else? No, we'll leave it there. So here is your rotation, and we'll look at it as a 9-man rotation. But yeah, and then bench utilization go down to 50. But expectations this year are probably the playoffs. And Jabari is getting minutes. Flo are getting more minutes as the third option. But I might even swipe these or switch these around. Where up to an 85. Jabari, Ryan Dunn, Edgecombe, Halliburton with Christie, Sharp, Okoro, and Champagny off the bench. So question is, how much better will we be this year? As I mentioned, I feel like this time will be a playoff team if I had to guess. I just feel like with Jabari being brought in and the efficiency we should get out of Edgecombe this year is going to be miles better. So I will see you guys at the end of year 3, where my expectation is we'll at least be a playoff team. Now, will we win a championship? I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting closer and closer for sure. So we'll see if we make it happen when we are in the playoffs, which so far it looks like we will be. So at the end of the season, Wemby wins MVP, AJ's Rookie of the Year in Minnesota, Igor's your 6th man, Wemby Defensive Player, and Trey Johnson Most Improved, Luka's your Clutch Player, and Randall is your Coach of the Year, and here is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team. We do get Halliburton once again making one of these, averaging 27 and 10 again. All-NBA third team, All Defensive first team, and All Defensive second team. So we end up as the 3rd seed this time around. So here are your player stats. You had 27 from Halliburton, much better Edgecombe this year. Khalil Ware has been really good. I'm actually really glad we got him. I don't think I've ever really seen Khalil Ware develop this well in 2K. Maybe he has, I just haven't seen it, but I feel like we've given him the opportunity to be really good for us. Jabari averaged 15. Did he shoot 40%? He did. That's what we wanted to see, and we got that on 6 attempts. This is exactly what we wanted out of Jabari. First time, I guess he shot 39%, but 40% as a power forward will absolutely take at 15 points per game at six attempts. That's really good volume. Absolutely love that. That's a great floor spacer off of Halliburton. Now, do we go on to win a series is the question. So we get to play the Lakers with Luka. They have Durant now instead of LeBron. They have Keita, Vanderbilt, Reeves, and Connect. So we'll see how this goes. Man, once again, these jerseys are really cool. But someone in current round against the Lake Show, and we will be in an even series so far. We'll win game 5, and we will win game 6. We're on to round 2, so that's a great start for our playoff berth, and now we're going to play the San Antonio Spurs. So they no longer have De'Aaron Fox, which maybe plays into our advantage, but we shall see. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2, we go even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, 3-1. Do we beat the Spurs? Yes, we do. Wow. Okay. So we're in the conference finals already. Now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks. So Knicks and Pistons on the other side, but let's see what Dallas has. So we have Kyrie, Bushafino, Marshall, AD, Lively, Gafford, and Hardy. So Max Christie gets to play his former squad. So let's see how this goes. Game 1 goes to us. Beat them badly, too. 2-0. 2-1 and 3-1. Can we go to the finals already? We can. Wow. Okay. So Tyrese Halliburton has proven to be amazing as wins conference finals MVP. We get to play the Pistons. So Pistons versus Blizzard in the finals. Do we win it here? Game 1 goes to Detroit. Game 2, we even it up. Beat them by 20. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. And Game 5 goes to us. Wow. I was not anticipating a championship this quickly. I thought we'd win. I thought we'd make the playoffs, but I really didn't think we'd win that easily. I think I want to keep going, though. Like, I was really anticipating another season, but the fact that we just got a championship out of that feels fantastic. So, but I don't even think we've launched Edgecombe and maybe even Khalil Ware fully developed yet. So, as much as we could end it on a good note with a championship, I think you guys would probably be okay with going another season if I had to guess. Longer the better, right? So, let's go to draft lottery. And let's see what we got going on here. So now I believe we don't have our pick this offseason, even though it's really not going to matter. So we do have our pick. It's the 32nd pick. So Bill Donovan proved to be a damn good hire for us. So we'll absolutely take that. But a championship feels great. Can we look at playoff stats, by the way? Oh, I already missed it, didn't I? Damn, I should have looked at that when I had the chance, but whatever. So pick 32 in this draft. We got Vancouver picking after us. So did they have the #1 pick, or they were just the worst team, it looks like? The other expansion team is struggling. So we got Kovlov, Perry, Kelly Marshall. I know nothing about these guys. Who am I kidding? So let the assistant GM take care of it. We got Kozlov, so welcome to the Blizzard. Christie declined, so we're probably going to bring him back. I low-key kind of want to run the same team back and see if we can't win back-to-back championships. So Christie, a little bit more money than I'd want to spend, but 20 feels okay for him. And then Okoro will bring back too. So Christie, oh, Sharp. We got to bring back Sharp too if we're able to. He's been good for us. So If we're able to bring him back, though, I don't know. We didn't give him a 3-year deal, so he may not have his bird rights, which would be disappointing to say the least. No, we can get him back. Okay, so that's good. We actually have money to sign another player, too, which I'm a little surprised by. So, oh, McConnell must have retired. Okay, so that opens up some money for us. I guess a better backup point guard. Agent Mitchell is sitting here, but I don't think I'm going to go for him today. Give me, KJ Simpson is interesting. Or we can go for, like, Shake Milton or something. Let's give Shake Milton a 1-year deal. He'll just be our backup point guard for insurance. But I'm hoping to go back-to-back, man. That would be so freaking cool if we go back-to-back and bring Alaska 2 championships. But very early on, and obviously our expansion career, doesn't look like Chloe is going to go up more than 86 overall, but it still feels good. We can get kind of the similar stat. I mean, Edgecombe should be even better this year as well. Still was very inefficient for the most part. So I'm assuming that this 3rd year we'll get a perfect, efficient VJ Edgecombe potentially, which would be awesome. So let's see if back-to-backs in the cards. That'd be a great way to end this video off if we can go back-to-back championships. So at the end of this season, Wemby wins MVP, Mingo Rookie of the Year, and Golden State. So I wonder if Curry's gone. So Boozer, 6th man, and then Wemby Defensive Player, Caleb Wilson Most Improved, Clutch Player. And I'm wondering if we get Coach or Executive. No, we do not. So we're really good. I'm assuming, yeah, Halliburton makes it. So that's fantastic. All defensive first team, all defensive second. Vancouver has Stokes now, but we're the 2nd seed. So we ended up finishing up at 60-22. So 1 game behind the Spurs, who we beat last year, I think, in 5, right? So here are your player stats. You had 25 from Halliburton, 21 from VJ Edgecombe, and there's that efficiency. I mean, 32%. Still not the greatest, but been better. Obviously, a much better improvement from the first 2 years, so we'll take that. Chloe Ware, 36%, and then Jabari, 39%. So Chloe Ware averaged 16 and 8. He's been very underrated for us. 9 and then 8 and 3 from Max Christie. But can we go back-to-back? That was the question. That's the ultimate golden question right now. So Halliburton and VJ Edgecombe have fully developed into a backcourt. So simulate current round against Sacramento. I didn't even really look at what the roster was, but they had Carter, Kennard. Oh, yeah. I mean, they had Giannis, I guess. Okay. I'm about to say, where the hell, how is this team, like, in the playoffs right now? But I guess Giannis makes sense. And then Boozer off the bench. But now we get the OKC Thunder, which... obviously, the Thunder, we all know how good they are. But in 2K, they're not always so damn good. But let's see. We're up 2-1, and we're up 3-1, and we will beat them in 5. Okay, and now we get to play San Antonio again. So obviously, San Antonio, it's going to be a tough matchup. They definitely have a better point guard situation this time than last year. So game 1 goes to us. They even it up. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4, let's simcast game 5 because this one is going to be pretty interesting to see how this one swings. So we're in San Antonio, but can we beat them here? No, it looks like we're going to go down 3-2. All right, let's see if we can even the series and go up and tie, well, I guess tie it, I should say, and then try to win game 7. I would love to see at least a game 7 in this situation, but looks like we may not even get that. We're down 11 right now. So with 8 seconds left, we won't go back-to-back. So, yes, I could have ended it off on a good note with the championship. But look at this court, by the way. This is such a cool design. I need to figure out who made this because this is so cool to look at. At least I'll hit a 3. Just kidding, it didn't go in. I thought that was about to go in, too. So, we will be ending it off here with losing in 6 games to the Spurs in the conference finals. But at least we brought Alaska a championship. Really cool court. Really cool jersey concept. I mean... I know Nike does the jerseys now, but dude, you know how cool it would be if someone else was hired to do the jerseys nowadays? I don't know, but that's just my thought when I see those jerseys right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see y'all in the next one. This was a great way to start off the week. A lot of fun. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.